Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the, 12th edition of our Grow My Business webinar. Today, we have the honor of having Yinka Adebayo with us. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Just want to establish that everyone can hear me.
Good morning, Yewande. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Good morning. I think we are good to start. We have a few people with us already, and I'm sure more people.
Good morning, Yewande. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Sure, I can hear you.
There seems to be a delay.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's the delays from my end or I think it's fixed now though. It's fine. Okay. So I think we can start. Welcome to the Grow My Business webinar. My name is Yewande Akomolafe-Kalu. I am a marketing storyteller and lead the storytelling team at Flutterwave. As you probably already know, our Grow My Business webinar is where we engage with industry experts on how to grow small, medium businesses, from business continuity to marketing to getting visibility. And then today we have the honor of having Yinka Adebayo with us. He's going to talk us through the importance of branding in marketing. And obviously we'll share some tips on how you can get some visibility and use your brand to your advantage as a business. As if you've joined us before, you probably already know our house rules, but I'm going to go over the agenda real quick. We're going to start off with Yinka's section, and then we will go on to a session with Flutterwave, led by Zainab, where we'll go over what is available on Flutterwave, everything we have available for small, medium businesses to take advantage of at this time. Also bigger businesses as well. But and then we'll also now go into the Q&A section. The Q&A section, you don't have to wait until we get to the Q&As to ask your questions. You can use the Q&A section in the webinar. You should be able to see it on your screen. Type your question, and we will get to it when we get there. I'm saying the Q&A session, please try not to, you can use the chat function to chat and to engage with people, but we're addressing the questions in the Q&A section. I think that's pretty much it from me. So I will hand you over to Yinka now and he can start his session.
All right. So I think I was saying that it's a great pleasure for me to be here, to be able to share a couple of insights and knowledge about this. When one is addressing the SMEs, I'm particularly delighted by the fact that SME account for the growth and could contribute significantly to the growth of any economy. And Nigeria is not an exception. Unfortunately, in years past, we paid lip service to that sector, no support that needs to be addressed. So basically, I was saying that one of the key hygiene factors that SMEs need to take care of is this particular topic we are talking about, branding and marketing. I will see the reason why as we travel along. So for today, I'm just going to take us through how we are going to travel today. One, we understand marketing. If branding is an important part of marketing, what exactly is marketing? Let's start off from there so that we have an understanding of what a brand is and what branding is and be able to draw the lines. So we can now see how important it is for branding to play a major role in marketing. Then, of course, we understand the role of marketing. We equally look at steps that needs to be taken in building a successful brand. Then we look at types of branding available. Then we begin to ask ourselves questions to say, hey, do we really need brand identity? Even as SMEs, do we really need brand identity? And I think at the end of this session, we'll be able to provide a justifiable answer to that. Then, of course, we look at the benefits and elements of successful branding. And of course, you can just take a shot as to determine how high we want to fly, even as SME that we have. So moving on, what exactly is marketing? Marketing can be defined as an initiation of process. Initiation of process starting from awareness leading to action. So that initiation of process starting from awareness leading to action, meaning I need to be aware of what you offer before I can take action to say I want to purchase your product. And that's where we have AIDA, meaning awareness, interest, desire, action. Those four stages are stages that advertising or marketing believe that any communication material needs to go through. First is, hey, you are telling me information about your product, fine, I'm aware. So how does it affect me? How does it impact on me? That is where interest comes in, where I can see a link between what you are offering and what my expectations are in terms of needs, I can relate with you. You elicit my interest. Now, having gotten my interest, the next question is, I need to be able to desire the product. Oh, I'm interested in, so I need to create desire, and that is the D there. Then after the D, once I desire the product, the next thing you expect of me naturally is patronage, which leads to action. And that action is what determines whether a business succeeds or fails. So back to the definition, is an intentional process starting from awareness leading to action of promoting and selling products and services to the prospective customer or client, as it were. Marketing also refers to all activities that a company does to promote and sell products and services to consumers. All the activities that you do, from promotion, distribution, pricing, and all those activities actually come together to determine, to embrace what we call marketing. To the consumer. Marketing uses what we call the 4 P's. That's the product, price, place, and promotion. Of course, we all know what products, we all know what prices, we all know what places, we all know what promotion. But marketing experts have come to realize that beyond this 4th P, there should be what we call the 5th P, which is people. We'll come to understand the importance of that 5th P later as we go along. So basically, based on our understanding of marketing, let's now understand what exactly is branding and what is a brand. A brand is a name, term, design, symbols, and any other feature that identify a seller's good or service as distinct from that of others. I think for me, my closest example to paint this boils down to the fact that you've given birth to a child. That child is new, that child is unnamed, that child is unknown, just coming to you as a gift from God. After 7 days for some people, immediately for some others, after 3 days for some others, you label that guy with a name, whether he or she is given a name. That name, 2 things can happen. Either the baby lives up to that name or falls below it. Some people will call their own Yinka, depending of course on how far he lives, then how long he lives, whether he'll be able to live. And you find out that most people, particularly from our own African climate, we tend to give names that are relevant to the historical background of the family. Yes, you hear somebody like Yinka, you probably know it's from a royal family. We have something like Shogote, you probably know that it's from Shogo family. If you hear something like, I'm from the West, so pardon me, I know a couple of Easterners there. I know I have the opportunity of serving in the East, so I know names like Obiagiri, I think has to do with food and all of that. So you find out that there's reason for people giving names. The same thing for brand. You don't just wake up and say, hey, my brand will be this. So you must give it a name, you must give it an identity, you must give it a symbol, you must give it a sign. As a matter of fact, I just say that you probably need to give it, there are some brands that are so active and so strong that they only use over time. You know what some people will know what I'm talking about. Or if I say something like pa 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 pa, without me saying it, you know what I'm talking about, because they consider they create that distinction that anywhere, whether you are sleeping or you are awake, anywhere sound, the image of their brand comes into your head. That is a brand. And for me, it's not a lip service, it's something that you need to do consistently and over a period of time. So it's not only, it doesn't happen by you get to that level for it. So you start off as a product, as you continue to grow, as you continue to build your equity, that you begin to achieve the stature of a brand. It must be a deliberate, sustained, consistent, and well-fortified effort. So international standard organization also divide brand as an intangible asset that is intended to create distinctive image and association in the minds of stakeholders and thereby generating economic benefits and values. Meaning you need to position yourself in the minds of the people to the extent that, wow, anywhere they hear Yinka, Adebayo, an image comes to mind. There are some names, if I mention to you now, Channels TV, what comes to your mind is news. If I mention to you now, Brilla FM, what comes to your mind is sports, because they are single-minded, they've been focused, they've been consistent, delivering value in that particular space. So you have no choice than to give it to them. So based on our understanding of brand, let's produce to branding. What exactly is branding? Branding, the marketing practice of creating a name, symbol, and design that identify and differentiate a product from other products. So it's a matter of distinction. Everybody is in the market space. How do I stand out? How do I know that? How do I create an identity to say, hey, when it comes to me? Yeah, like I said that out, there are so many radio stations in Lagos. I think as at the last time, we have over 30 radio stations in Lagos. But when we talk of, oh, which one is the top, which one is the #1 sports station? you probably will say, okay, fine. I think you probably will give it to a Villa because from day one, they cover the niche and known themselves as a sports station. And everything they do is always seated in that line. If it's new, I probably say, so it's the matter of consistency and being able to distinguish yourself in the area. Because of course, you need to stand out of the pack. And that's where you get recognized and you can succeed as a brand. So an effective brand strategy gives you a major edge in increasingly competitive market. And the level of competition we are seeing these days, you will agree with me that the need to stand out cannot be compromised. It is simply a marketing process in which a company creates a name, symbol, or design, and I dare say even sound that is easily identifiable as belonging to the company. There are many areas that can be used to develop the brand, including some of these ways are advertising, customer service, promotional activities, merchandising item, reputational management, equally logo can equally be the distinguishing factor that many people see that logo without even seeing your name. They know, this is the person behind it. And we've seen it of so many global brands that we see around, whether it's Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, and all of that. Once you see the logo, without even seeing the name, you tell them to say, with this logo, I think this is Toyota. I know this is Toyota. So that is branding for you. Moving on, having identified what marketing is, having given a brief understanding of brand and branding. Now let's understand what role does branding have to play in the scheme of things, particularly as it relates to SMEs. Branding is the marketing practice that the company exhibits in creating its name, symbol, logo, said that earlier, and overall design. And I dare say, in some cases, its sound is smartly used, that is readily identifiable by as the company itself. It automatically gives business its own characteristic and personnel. Your brand is like your public face and the personality of your company, because that image you have created is what speaks for you when you are not there. It is what people can actually hold for you or against you when you are not there to defend. So basically, it is therefore important that you dress the way you want to be addressed. So before moving out of the house, you need to dress the way you want to be addressed outside. So you need to look the part. And that's what they call positioning. Okay, so positioning is not what you do to the product, it's what you do with people's mind. And if they are well positioned in people's mind, even your enemy will fight for you. That's what I've said. And for me, a clear example is for me to say, hey, if I come to you now and say, oh, I was at a shrine on Saturday and I saw what is that name? What is our comedian? Dino Milai dancing on stage. I probably say, of course, Yinka, what do you expect? But I come to you at that attention, it's not possible. But because of the image and she might just position in your mind. Not forgetting the fact that these are equally human. Anybody can be anything at any time, but because the way it's positioned, and if you're able to position yourself very well in the minds of your target audience, you can be sure. Even when you are not there, they will always hold you. They will always have your back. So that's that positioning is very key. And the best way to do positioning, one of the ways to do it is probably through branding. Based on that role, let's move fast to understand what are the steps in building a successful brand. There are 4 crucial steps that need to be building a successful brand. And one of them is first is to define.
Okay, I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. While we're waiting for Yinka to come back, I'll just quickly run us through what Flutterwave is doing as an organization for small businesses. Like we all know, we are in still sort of like a pandemic situation. Even though there's been a lot of lifting of restrictions and all of that, things still haven't really gone back to how they used to be. So there's been a lot of changes, and businesses have had to quickly adapt to these changes or pivot to something else. So as an organization, we've come up with a couple of initiatives to help SMEs across this period. One of the initiatives we've come up with is the Grow My Business webinar, right? Which is what we're having now. So this webinar holds every Monday by 10 a.m. where we have industry experts, like Yinka now, who's talking to us about branding and marketing. We have various other experts in their different fields to come talk to business owners on the sort of tools they need to have in this period, to not only ensure that they remain open, but to also thrive even the post-COVID era. So the Grow My Business webinar is a series. This is the 12th edition, I think we're having now. So we've been on for about 3 months. It holds every Monday by 10 a.m. So if you know anyone who has a business, small, big, large, whatever it is, as long as you're a business owner, please feel free to let them know about the Grow My Business webinar organized by Flutterwave every Monday by 10. So the discussions cut across various topics, various subjects. So we've had people talk to us about, like I said, branding, crisis management, customer experience, sales, Instagram marketing, you know, how to ensure that you stay afloat, business process reorganization, so many other topics that every business owner needs to know about. So that's just one of the initiatives we put together. Another one we put together is a partnership with Google, which we currently have running. I'm sure we all remember sometime in March when we trained a couple of SMEs on the tools they need to have. So it's a program we call the Digital Business Compass. But since the pandemic broke out, we can no longer have it. That was a physical event. So what we've done is sort of migrated all of that online. Now we offer free listing of businesses on Google My Business. So Google My Business is a tool that allows business owners showcase their specific details about their business, and people can also reach them directly. So if, for example, I go to Google and I do a search, maybe bakers in Lagos, for example, or bakers within Lekki, right? If you're registered on Google My Business, your business profile will come up on the first page of that search. So, and it's absolutely free. Not only does your business feature on that first page, the person doing the search can also interact directly. So I can actually place a call, because there's a button there that shows call the number. Where you put the number, I can from the search just place a call directly to you. I can see details about your businesses. I can see your opening hours, closing hours. I can even see pictures about some of the products or services that you offer. So all of this is available to all business owners who are on Flutterwave. And like I said earlier, it's absolutely free. So after this webinar, I think before close of business tomorrow, you get an email that has like a recap of everything that we've discussed. And that email would also have a link for you to opt into the Google My Business listing. So it's a very good one for everyone to have at this time, especially as everyone is online now, right? There's not much movement, physical movement. Most people would rather stay home where it's nice and safe than rather go out and, you know, do stuff when you can do it online. So if your business is not featured online, then you are actually at a disadvantage, which is why we have this free listing on Google My Business for all business owners that are on Flutterwave. So another initiative, and I think the most important of all, is the Flutterwave store. Now, Flutterwave store is the best and easiest way to launch an e-commerce business. It accepts payments from all around the world. You as a business owner can start selling online even without the need for a website. So with Flutterwave store, you're able to showcase your business, you're able to list your products, upload images, put in product descriptions, so things like size, color, you know, all that. You can put all that on your Flutterwave store. And then once you're done, just share the link to the store to your customers, and then they can easily just buy from you and you get a notification of payments. So that's what the Flutterwave store is all about. It was conceived basically to ensure that businesses are able to stay open during the pandemic period, and even post, you know, COVID, you can still, it's still a very important tool to have, right? Because like I said earlier, everybody's online now, and the truth is this particular customer behavior is still going to continue even after the COVID era. Just like a lot of businesses are opening now, but most people would still rather not go physically to those businesses. I took a drive around the other day. I saw a lot of businesses open, but they were all empty. And the truth is, if I can consult them, if I can carry out my transaction from the safety of my home, I would rather do that instead of physically going, you know, where there's now an increased risk of getting an infection. So the truth is, this is a must-have for every business owner. Yes, even though it was conceived because of the pandemic, it's actually a very important tool to have post-COVID as well. So it allows you list your business, like I said, online. You're able to do everything that you can do normally, even if you don't have a website. You don't need to have any form of technical expertise. There's no integration required. In less than 5-10 minutes, you're able to set up your store and immediately start collecting payments. So the first step you need to do is open a Flutterwave account. Once you open a Flutterwave account, you can go ahead and create your store. So just click on store, it's on the left-hand side. Once you click on store, you can customize your store name. So for example, www.flutterwave /store. And then if your business is just paint, you can just put the name there, Flutterwave /store /just paint. So you can customize that. It looks like a nice name, you know, just like you have a website. And then you can go ahead and share your store link with your customers. Just to note that you don't necessarily have to be into products. If you also have services that you offer, the Flutterwave store is ideal for you as well. And once you're done setting up your store, the next step really is for you to share your store link, which is more or less like your website, to your customer network. So if you're on Instagram, for example, you can put your store link in your your bio. You can put it on Twitter, you can put it on Facebook, you can share it as a WhatsApp broadcast to your contacts. You know, you could put it on LinkedIn, anywhere really, so people can easily just purchase from you. So they click on the link, they see a listing of all the products and services that you have to offer, and then they can quickly just buy whatever it is that they want. So the advantage of a store is, like I said earlier, no website required. You're able to list all of your products and services, put in descriptions, you can put up multiple images, you know, size, quantity, and all of that. A very important tool also is it allows you manage your inventory efficiently. So at the point of setup of your store, if you have, if you sell shoes, for example, and you have just 10 pairs available, you know, at the back end when you're setting up, you put it there, just 10. So as people are buying, right, the number of available shoes are automatically depleted. So when it's just 1 or 2 left, you also get a notification that you have low inventory, low stock for this particular shoe. And then when it's completely sold out, nobody else is going to be able to buy that shoe. You just see that it's sold out. So this also helps you as a business owner manage your inventory. You don't have to keep checking. You know, someone wants to buy, you now say, hold on, let me quickly check if this is available. All that is eliminated with the Flutterwave store, because that checking, all that is handled by the inventory management system, which shows you at a glance that you have just 1 pair left, 2 pairs left, so you can go ahead and carry out that transaction. Also for integrated delivery, what this basically means is if you as a business owner are very busy, you don't want to have to start engaging logistics companies to come pick up and all that, you can use our integrated delivery option. How this works is we've already partnered with a couple of logistics companies. So at the back end, an integration has already taken place. So at the point of setting up your store, you get to select whether you're using your own delivery option or you want to go with the one for Flutterwave. So if you're going with the one for Flutterwave, for example, and you go ahead and put in your prices, say 10,000 naira for a pair of shoes, what happens is when a customer is buying, at the point of payment, they see 10,000 naira for cost of shoe, and they see perhaps 1,000 naira or 1,500, depending on their location, for delivery. Now, once the person is making payments, he's going to be paying 10,000 plus 1,000 naira. So he's taking care of paying the cost of item for the shoe, and he's also taking care of payment for delivery. So you as the business owner, you're not bothered about anything. You only just get your notification saying these shoes has been paid for 10,000 naira. You get your money. The delivery company also get their notification saying there's an order to be picked up from this shoe company. You've been paid for it, right? So the delivery company goes to the shoe company, picks up the order, and delivers to the customer who has made the payment. Very seamless, very straightforward. If on the other hand, you already have a delivery company that you work with, or you even have your own logistics company, that's fine. It's just an option that's made available. So what that means is when you're setting up, you put in your own delivery prices. So you can say Lagos Island 1,000, Lagos Mainland 1,500. Just put in a flat fee and say anywhere in Lagos 2,000. All depends on you. So it allows that flexibility to set up your own delivery options as well. Also comes with so many other features: inbuilt fraud management system, local and international card acceptance, and multiple payment options. So if you're the person who likes to pay with card payment option is available. If you're the person who likes to pay with bank transfer, that option is also available. We have USSD as well. If you just like to dial a short code, that option is available. So all of these payment options are available for your customers to pay you. This is just a screen grab of what it looks like. Like I said earlier, at the point of payments, you have to put in certain information. So things like your name, email address, phone number, delivery address, city, state, and all that is captured, and then you make a payment. Just to add, another advantage of this is if your customers are paying you via the Flutterwave store, then you're able to get a couple more information about them than if they would ordinarily just, go to your physical location and buy, or if they go to buy from you on Instagram and you just send them an account number and then they just pay. So with this now, you're able to get your customer's name, you have the customer's email address, you have the customer's phone number, you even have like the location where they are. What can you do with this sort of information? You can make intelligent business decisions about your customer. So for example, if you see you have more customers within a certain location, you can decide to do like a pop-up shop there. If you see that most of your customers shop maybe on the weekend, you can decide to do flash sales on the weekend, for example, because you know most of your customers will be online. So many other data analytics are available to you as a business owner, as against just having a physical store where somebody just walks in, buys and leaves. You probably don't even know the name of the person that has just purchased, right? You just swipe on the POS and that's the end of the transaction. If someone asks you today, what do you know about the person that just bought from you? You probably don't know anything about them. But with this, you can even decide to, send an email saying, oh, I noticed you bought the red shoe, last week. Guess what? We have different colors now, pink, blue, and all that and all that. And you're able to just engage further with your customers. So that also builds customer stickiness for you as a business, which is something that you definitely need, especially in this time and era. So like I said, for every transaction, there's an e-receipt generated. So that receipt goes to the customer paying, the merchant, who's the business owner, also gets a notification, and then the delivery company also gets a notification telling them that there's an order ready to be picked up. So this whole process is very fast, it's very seamless, it's very easy, very straightforward. It's a tool that every business owner needs to have, because it makes life easy for you. You as a seller, it makes life easy for you. You don't have to engage for every single transaction, right? You can even be making sales while you're sleeping. So for example, at night is when somebody wants to do their own shopping. Just imagine someone who wants to buy from you on Instagram, say 11:30 p.m. But because you're not awake to engage with them at that time, that sale is lost. But if you put your Flutterwave store link there, they really don't need to engage with you. All they need to do is click on the link, see the items they want, add it to their cart, pay for it, get their e-receipt sent to them. The next morning when you wake up, you say, oh my God, I already have 1 or 2 successful transactions. All I need to do is just sync with my delivery guy to come pick up. And that's it. It's very easy. It's very straightforward. Even for you as the person buying, it could be frustrating sometimes. Every time you want to buy, you have to either DM, for price, or contact and wait for them to respond to you. That whole process is, is long and it's tedious. But with this, everything is faster and straightforward, right? They say this is the one generation now that they want transactions to be completed within seconds, not even minutes. But if you're not on an online platform, then some of your transactions might even take days for you to be completed. So this is a must-have, like I said earlier, for every business owner. It's pretty straightforward, it's fast, it's easy, it's seamless. You don't need to have a website. This more or less is like your mobile website. You don't need to be a technical person. You don't need to know how to do any integration. There's no integration involved whatsoever. It's not a technical solution, so to speak. It's very intuitive for you to set up on your own. And once you have completed your setup, all you need to do, like I said, is let people know that this is actually a much preferred option to buy from me. You buy from my store. You're able to get information about the person buying. You're able to follow up, let them know about additional things that you have. You can send them emails. You can even send them a text message. And that's it. The most important thing, like I said, is that this is easy to set up. It's free, right? We don't charge customers to get on board the Flutterwave store. So it's a free solution we've put together just to help businesses grow. And there's really no reason, like I said, for any business owner right now not to be on the Flutterwave store. So take advantage of it. We're not charging you to be on the platform. Take advantage of it. It's free. It's available to you today. And I will just quickly show us a short video. I know I've been saying it's free, it's easy and all that to do the setup. Just don't take my word for it. Let's play a short video to show you that you can actually complete this setup in less than 5 minutes. So here's just a quick demo to show you how you can set up on Flutterwave and start selling, right?
My name is Ted, and I'm a product designer at Flutterwave. I want to walk you through what we've been building for the past couple of days. To my dashboard, I'm going to walk us through two processes. The first process is how to set up your store and add products to the store. The second process will be how your customers will pay you and use your store. So I'm going to click on the store. By default, you have no products or store. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my own store now. My business name is my store name by default. I'm going to go and change mine to something else. I'm going to go with drinks and let's see, fun. You'll notice that I updated my store URL to reflect my store name. I am going to leave my store offline because I want to add products to my store before I take it live. I have successfully created my store. I now have my store name and my store URL. My URL is what I'm going to share with my customers for them to be able to make payments. You can only have one store on your Flutterwave account. I'm going to go ahead and add just one product. It's good to know that you can have more than one product. I'm going to go ahead and call this Tiger Nut Milk. Tiger Nut Milk goes for about 1,000 Naira right now. Milk that's made from Tiger Nut. I'm just going to go with 0.38 and I have 10 items in stock. Next step is to take my store online. Now my store is online. I am going to proceed to the customer page, which is basically your storefront. As you can see here, Drinks and Fun as the name of my store. Flutterwave Store Demo is the name of my account. We have here the description of my store. As you can see, Tiger Nut Milk, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 bottles of Tiger Nut Milk. Click on Pay. I'm going to go ahead and refill this. Now we have a lot of payment options. You can give your customers a lot of payment options.
Okay. So just like I said, it was hold on one second. It was less than 5 minutes, right? That was less than 5 minutes to set up your store. And yeah, so very seamless, straightforward, and you're able to immediately share your store link and customers can start buying from you. Yeah, so that's it from me. I guess we can take questions now.
Hi, I just wanted to confirm if Yinka is on. Hi, Yinka, are you on now? So we can go through your section. And then
Yes, I'm back. I'm here.
Okay,
Enjoying
great.
the session.
Awesome. Okay, so we're ready for you to complete
All
your
right. Steps in building a successful brand. There are 4 crucial steps. One is to define how you want to be perceived. You dress the way you want to be addressed. When customers experience your brand, what is the experience you want them to go away with? That exactly is your promise. So once you identify what kind of experience you want them to have, then you organize your business in that deliver the promise. For me, my model in life is simple. This is your word, this is your action. If your words and your action are in line, I do my heart for you. But where I discover you saying this and I don't see it in your actions, then I begin to realize a disconnect and I lose respect for you. I try the way it happens to most customers. If they are telling me to say, hey, you sell hygiene products, and the first experience I have coming to your premises is your gate man.
I think we've lost Yinka again. So we've gotten a few questions asking if we will make the slides available. Yes, we definitely will. If we're not able to, I mean, technology is not on our side today. I apologize for this. But if we're not able to get Yinka back on to hold this session today, I think what we'll do is try to make up for it by sharing the slides. But in addition to that, we will also work on maybe getting him on again, because I think this is something that is definitely very valuable. Our community seems to be very interested in this topic. So we will move on to our questions and answers now. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A session. We'll be going through the questions now. And then what we'll do is try our best to get Yinka on again to when technology actually works in our favor this time around. We'll try and get him on again, and then we'll do this webinar again, basically. So yeah, I think that's the only solution right now, because it's not working. But we will definitely be sending out the slideshow today. No, not today. By tomorrow. But I'm going to go into the questions now with Zainab. We'll answer the questions that you have on Flutterwave store. If you have any more questions, or if you have any questions for Yinka, please type them in, and we will basically try to make up for this by sending out Yinka slides, and also we'll have him on again, right, Zainab? What do you think? You're on mute.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's go into the questions. First question is: does this Flutterwave store support sales of e-products? The answer is yes, it does, but it depends on your e-product. So we support the sales of e-products in 2 ways. You can definitely sell on Flutterwave store and just list your e-products as normal, as you would any other product, right? If you're selling an ebook or something, you can definitely list it there. However, if maybe you have some additional needs and you want your customers to be able to maybe download your e-product immediately you upload it. Basically, immediately they purchase, you want them to be able to get the download link and download it. What will happen is we have also a payment link, which essentially allows you to add a redirect link and a URL into the payment link, and then redirect your customers to where they can download your e-products. I hope that answers your question. Oh, hello, Yinka, you're back.
Yeah, wow, I'm back. Technology will not fail us. We must deliver this and say it through today, by God. Sorry about that interruptions. Okay, can I proceed? Let me share my screen so that
yeah, so we were actually discussing that maybe we should even see if we can get you on a day where where technology works in our favor, just because. But I think what we'll do is we'll try one more time to go through your presentation, and hopefully it all works out this time around. Some people have asked us for us to make it available, reschedule the class, do another one. Cynthia has asked, can we reschedule this class for another day? It seems like that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to reschedule for another day. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. Okay. Next question. Zainab, I think you can take this question. If I create a store and I choose the option of using Flutterwave Logistics, would that require me to stock the goods with the logistics company or Flutterwave for easy dispatch to the customer?
Okay, I was just typing the response. No, you don't have to stock your goods with Flutterwave or the delivery company. The orders are picked up as they happen. So if I have an order today, the delivery company will pick it up tomorrow. If Friday I have another order, the delivery company will pick up on Saturday. So they pick up as the orders happen. You don't need to stock.
Yeah, you don't need to stock with them, because I know that that's usually an issue with people don't want to stock their products with delivery companies. Yeah. Next question would be, oh, Yinka is back.
I'm determined to see this through, so we'll make the best of it. So can I just?
Yes, definitely.
All right. So, like I said, organize your business in line with your promise. Then communicate your promise. Let it be known so that it doesn't just exist with you. Let people know what you promised them so that they benchmark you, assess you against it. Then be consistent. It's not a one time. The glory or the success of yesterday belongs to yesterday. Today is a new day. So you need to be consistent about it. Keep on delivering the promise. They'll be there with you. So based on our understanding, what are the types of branding available? You have the corporate brand, that is for the organization. You have the product brand. Even your product needs to have a life of its own. Yes, a couple of our clients to you now, we work for Tolerant Group. You probably will show you which one is Tolerant Group. But when I mention to you that Indomie, you'll probably be able to see, oh, they are the one behind Indomie. Oftentimes for most organizations, they bring their corporate name or their corporate brand is always related to the background, why their product speaks volume for them. But it's equally important. Then personal branding, that is for the people, because of course, organization cannot exist in isolation. It's people that makes organization function. So the people behind it too, how well are they faring? And that is what, remember when I started, I talked about the 4 P's in marketing: product, promotion, price, place, and said there's a 5th one, and that is the people, because people is also important. When you talk of people, you are probably talking of 2 important stakeholders. You are talking about the internal customer as well as the external customer. So you need to be sure that everything is working in tandem. The corporate brand, the product brand, as well as the personal brand must be in tandem so that people respect such organization and they can see that everything that revolves around them is working in the same direction. Because in life, if you don't know where you are going, anywhere you reach is home. So that's very, very important. So having clearly identified the types of branding available, the question we want to ask ourselves is that, do we really need brand identity, even as an SME? I dare say yes. It's not a matter of choice. Whether you like it or not, you need to have a brand identity. You must and will have a brand identity. 2 things can happen. Is either you let people give it to you, or you take control of the narrative and dictate what it should be. So like I said here, you either take control of the narrative or the narrative take control of you. And that is why you leave it to say, hey, you are just concerned about the business. You are not bothered about the image. You are not bothered about your branding. Then you leave it to people to take advantage of. You left for people's imagination and interpretation. And that can be very counterproductive. So it's better for you from day one to take control of the narrative. How do you take control of the narrative? By making sure that even little things, as little as your logo, your brand name, your identity, your color speaks volume, that people look back. You are not there. People come across your letterhead and they're saying, wow, the organization behind this must be fantastic. There are some cases when you go through the dailies or pages of newspaper, you come across some ad, an image come across your head. Let's say, for instance, you are looking for vacancy ad, and you see a full page ad in the Guardian, for instance. It speaks to that for a company to have taken a full page ad in a Guardian newspaper. This is not a cheap company. It immediately, and that's why I talk about positioning. It immediately sees volume. Meanwhile, if you see an ad that is just one by one, a small ad in one corner, and they just put phone number and all that, hey, you think twice before say, hey, you want to give this company a shot. So you need to dress the way you want to be addressed. So is it that you take control of the narrative or the narrative take control of you? But it's in your best interest to always take control of the narrative. What does this do? It brings you recognition, it brings you loyalty. And like I said earlier, when you are well positioned in people's mind, even your enemy will fight for you. A strong brand name and logo and image helps to keep your company in the minds of potential customers. If a customer is happy with your product and service, a solid brand identity helps you to build the customer loyalty across your business over time. That anything coming from you will be taken as look the best because you already noted and you already created a pedigree for being identified with excellence and quality. So, having said that, what are the benefits and elements of successful branding? Let's look at some benefits of strong brands. One, what do you stand to gain? You stand to gain customers' recognition. Having a strong brand works to build customers' recognition. Even people will feel happy to be identified with you. One of our key clients is Tolerant Group. One of their key products is Indomie. In this period of COVID, I dare say that with all the palliative being distributed all over the place, if you come across 10 palliative being distributed, you find out that Indomie will be part of 8, if not 9 out of them. Just because of the positioning. Because even when you bring lesser brands to the table, people will ask you questions to say, hey, are you sure of the quality? Because most people want to identify with success. There are some people you lean on. The only way they take you is up. So people are always looking for brands and organizations that can take them to the top, not the one that takes them down. So customer recognition is key. It gives you competitive edge. You're always standing above you're always standing ahead of the pack. And it starts here, like I always say, if nothing is chasing you, make sure you chase something. Even when you don't have anybody ahead of you, are a leader in the pack, continue to widen the tarmac. Create an image and continue to chase it because yes, it's a competitive world. What is happening today is what you know. You don't know what's happening tomorrow. Nobody expected the COVID that we're all experiencing. Even the sector that we never focused on happens to be the one dictating the pace now. I keep on telling guys, before now, digital used to feed off traditional media for content. The reverse is the case now. Even TV stations and traditional media are now feeding off digital. That shows you the change in the dynamic. So you must be ready for it and be sensitive not to identify what's the growing trend. So you need to continually strive to have that competitive edge to stay ahead of the pack. Very important. It gives you opportunity for expansion and extension. How do I mean? Yes, you can expand. Take for instance, I'll still come back to this issue of the Indomie brand. It started off with Indomie, only chicken and onion flavor. Now, later, they extended it, brand extension, to enhance their equity by having the Indomie pepper soup, Indomie chicken, Indomie hungry man. Different, that's extension. And when I talk of expansion, yes, Tolerant got into this market with Indomie, but now, if you count the number of expansion they've done, they are the owner of Power Oil. They've launched mini-me noodles. They've launched mini-me chin-chin. And they keep on launching. So even difficult that the economy is, why some people are closing shop, they are opening up. So you see, in life, it depends on how you see the cup. Is it that you see it as half full or half empty? And how you see it will determine the direction you are going to take. Even in the midst of COVID, is that two things can happen to you when you see a challenge. Is it that you open your mouth, wow, you get overwhelmed by the challenge, or you take pain to see what are the opportunities there and take advantage of it, which is what Flutterwave are brought to the table to say, hey, we know businesses are challenged. Can we create a platform for them that make it easy for them to sell? So that's what strong brand does for you. Opportunity for expansion and extension. Then it can bring you customer loyalty because they see people always identify with success. I said that earlier. Once you have shared values, it becomes very easy to travel with them and travel far. Then it enhances your credibility. Even when you are not there, people speak volume for you. And ease of purchase, it becomes very easy to purchase. You've seen cases where, yes, you're a small brand, you're just in there, and somebody from a developed client come into the market and say, hey, I noticed that you are doing a wonderful job in Nigeria. Can I buy stake into your business? And you'll be amazed with the kind of offer they put on the table for you in hard currency and take the dream even far beyond what you expect. So don't think small, think big. Like I said, how far you travel is dependent largely on how far you can see. The more you see, the better for you. Elements of successful branding, one is brand positioning. You position your brand very well in the minds of people. Like I said, positioning is not necessarily what you do to the product, what you do to people's mind. You'll be able to capture it well, even your enemy will keep fighting for you. Brand promise, whatever promise you've given out there, make sure you consistently deliver it. Is a tedious task, but something that keeps you awake every time to say, hey, are we living up to our commitment? If you have, good for you. If you are not, make sure that you ensure the necessary corrections. Are people willing to be identified with you? How do they see, how do they perceive you? If you mention your name, will people be good? Then the brand story, as you begin to do some of it in your habits, you are building your equity, and you need to store it somewhere so that when shit is down, you can actually flaunt it to say, hey, I've been here for this. For all you care, I work with Media Radio, the OMD, and I can say with some sense of modesty, we've been pivotal in launching 2 major telecom brands in this market. We launched MTN in this market, and after MTN, 8 years later, when people thought the telecom category was saturated, we equally launched 9 Mobile, Etisalat then, which is now known as My Mobile. As we speak right now, we work on Airtel brand. So consistently delivering value, you are building your story. I just mentioned to you the issue of Tolerant Group. We are partnering with them. We started with Indomie. We launched Power Oil into the market just from a small product to see what it has come to now. Later, we launched Mini-Me Noodles, Mini-Me Chin Chin. That's going to be a successful brand name. We call it succeeded in recently. I think last 2-3 years, we launched Munchies, another snacking bar, which has equally become a major success in the market. And like I said, why the same economy that people are complaining about, people are continuing to open shop and keeping it going. So it's what you see. If you see opportunity, you take advantage of it. If you see challenges and allow you to get the best of you, rather unfortunate. So brand association, people will be glad and willing to be associated with you. Having said that, well, all of this is boils down to 2 things. At least psychologists and some study of some scientists in the behavioral science have identified that your ability to do this needs to be based on 2 parts. That is understanding the fact that the human brain is actually divided into 2 parts. And we all are endowed with this. We have the left brain, we have the right brain. The left brain tends to be logical, verbal, digital, symbolic, always wanting to rationalize things. What is the basis for it? Always asking questions. Always, before they take any action, they want to be sure that it's the right action. But there's also the right side of the brain that is just creative. The guy is just dynamic. The guy is just having fun. He's just enjoying himself. He just like creativities. He just try to be. It's just like a fun. Just try to create a mental picture and live up to it. There are 2 different sides. So whichever, as an individual, whichever of the parts of the brain take dominance in your reasoning and in your action, that will ultimately determine your outward exposure. Even meaning for us as marketer and for us as business owner, we need to be sensitive to this so that we know that we are dealing with 2 different kinds of people who have different aspects. So we need to constantly work towards projecting and presenting ourselves in a way that cuts across the 2 straddles, giving logical reason for what we do, equally appealing to the emotional part, which is the right side of the brain. And at the end of the day, once we're able to do this, we should be headed to the top, I'm sure. So parting short, don't just sell products, make sure you are selling solution. Because the solution that brings, when you sell solution, you're actually putting value on the table. And when value is on the table, even the blind will see and the deaf will hear. Nobody denies value if it's on the table. So always, by providing value, revenue and profit follow you naturally. It's given. So without any doubt, once you provide value, revenue and profit follows you naturally. People and brand with purpose will always strive and will always survive, no matter how difficult the situation is. People and brands with purpose will always strive. That's why even in the midst of the COVID, some organizations, the profit they never make their life, this is when they are making it. That's the honest truth. So it depends on how well you see it. So if you have a purpose and continue to fine-tune your value in line with the customer's wants and the customer's needs, you can be sure that they will be there for you and with you for a long time. Nobody quiet, so you got to raise your voice, bearing in mind the 5 W's and H. What are the 5 W's and H? What to say, when to say it, where to say it, who to say it to, and why you need to say it. That is the 5 W. And the H is how do you say it. What you say in life is not as important as how you say it. And how you say it may not be as important as when it is said. So the what, the how, and the when is very, very important. Please bear in mind, if your presence is not felt, your absence will not be missed. You've got to make it count anytime and every time. On that note, I wish you a happy branding of your businesses and wish you success all the way to the top. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This was actually extremely insightful. I feel like we didn't do it enough justice today. So maybe we should even try, I don't know if we should try for the future, but this was really insightful. For everyone asking questions on whether or not we're sending this out, yes, Yinka will be sharing this with us, and then we will share this via email with you guys. I'm going to go into the questions now.
Thank you so much.
Yinka, this is a question for you. What branding model?
I'll send it to you immediately. I'll send it to you immediately now.
Okay, great. This is a question for you. What branding model can a new niche public affairs agency adopt in terms of strategy and pitching processes to navigate through in this pandemic era? Should I repeat that question?
Well, I think in this pandemic era, what is that? Can you hear me? Yeah, please.
Yes, yes.
Hello. So can I go ahead?
Yes.
So I think for me, it's brought down to when you talk of this pandemic era. Yeah, what this has brought to the table is the fact that one, nobody has traveled through this path before. So
oh dear, we've lost Yinka again. I'm going to go into, okay. I'm going to go to the next question, and when Yinka comes back, we'll answer the question on branding strategy for a public affairs agency. So next question would be, I run a service outfit, but I realized that you talk more on products. Do I need to get a product, or I can combine both? I can combine the two together. Zainab, would you like to answer this question?
Okay, I already answered it. The answer is yes, you can set up your service business on Flutterwave store. It doesn't have to be a product. So as long as there's a payment to be made for it, you can set it up on store. An example would be a customer that provides cleaning services, right? So you can just set up details of those cleaning services on store and list them like products. So maybe it's spring cleaning for a 5-bedroom house, for example, you put the price there. Lights cleaning for 3-bedroom apartment, you put the price there. So that's the service you're offering, right? But you've listed it like a product. So yes, we actually have quite a lot of customers in the service business that have set up Flutterwave stores. Another example is a customer that offers painting services, right? So you pay to join an online painting it's not a class really, like a function sort of. So you pay and then you get access to join the online painting service. So yeah, so just think about the service that you offer. As long as there's a payment to be made for it, you can set it up on Flutterwave store. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, thank you. Yinka is back. Yinka, would you like to answer the question?
Yeah, please, let me have the question again, please.
Okay, the question is, what branding model can a new niche public affairs agency adopt in terms of strategy and pitching processes to navigate through in this pandemic era?
Yeah, I think for that really, it's corporate brand. You need to position yourself very well. But in positioning yourself well in this era of COVID, really, I think one of the things you need to bring to the table is your ability to think out of the box. We can all see what digital has done, what technology has done. So for you to position yourself very well, if there's any promise people are looking for, is one, they want to be safe. So how do you bring technology to the table to deliver the kind of service we deliver? You must be able to show capability, because post-COVID, I dare say that life is not going to be the same again. I happen to be one advocate. I recall when I was still in school, there was the lecturer of ours who advised them that the day mobile phone gets into this country, that is when our problem of traffic will cease. Yes, we've seen a mobile phone with us for almost like 15 years or more. Traffic is still there until COVID came to the table. This session we are having, Flutter will probably be thinking of getting a particular venue, paying so much in terms of hotel and all of that bill to amass everybody coming down. Yeah, we have everybody in the comfort or wherever you are, whether it's in your home or office, using technology to advantage. So for me, in the corporate world, the organization that will stand out will be those who are able to display their capability to use technology to full advantage. That is what COVID has shown all of us. Technology has always been there, but we've always paid lip service to it in terms of utilization. Now, COVID has forced us. I'll say, in fact, if there's any economy that I would say has benefited from COVID, it should actually be us. That is Nigeria, where we have a huge population and we've been very wasteful, the road and all of that. Yeah, a couple of questions are being asked by organizations now. If people can work efficiently and effectively from home using technology, why do we need office blocks? There are so many questions. So for you to operate in that time, you need to project your corporate brand and image very well to be sure that you are ready for this challenge. And once you're able to position like that, people naturally gravitate towards and be consistent in delivery, get better. Thank you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Next question is, what are less expensive branding options you can recommend for young budding SMEs to project their image? It's a very interesting question. I think most people have.
Very interesting question. And for me, like I said, you don't need to do the overboard. Yeah, I've started these examples of multinational and all that because ultimately, I like people's big things start in a small way. So we are headed in the right direction. It's as simple as one, what is the name you are calling yourself? It speaks volume. What is the logo? Have your logo. How do you, because there's some people that say, because I like butterfly, just put a butterfly in there. You still need to do what how does it relate to your business? So that you should be able to give meaning to all of those things. They are literally too detailed, very, very important. So since that basically your stationery, what kind of letterhead do I have? What kind of name do I come and say? What kind of logo? All of these things that shouldn't cost you a hammer and a leg for you to protect it, because when you send proposal to organization, they'll be looking at your logo, looking at your branding, and what is easy for them to understand and relate it to the business you do. It becomes very easy to do business with you. I think there's a school of thought that believe that you can determine in less than 10 to 15 minutes. Holding your proposition, and looking at it to say, hey, because immediately as they are looking at your quotation, holding your quotation, how it is configured and how it's put together, ultimately design, it is the kind of organization we want to work with. There are some you just pick up, you don't even look at it, you don't even look at the outfit, you will get those images, particularly as little as your stationery. I think that for me is the first and the basic leg, which is identify how people see email from you, they're able to say, wow, this is powerful. This must be coming from a serious, focused, and well-structured organization. I think that speaks volume. Once you're able to take that identity factor, as you now go up the ladder, you can now begin to bring in other elements like promotion. Okay, can I begin to do some other things, ATL or PTL? And there's so many ship and share stuff. But the basic thing, people interacting with you, and it's something as basic as even the receipt you use to those who transact business with you must be such that, in fact, there's some receipt you collect. Even when you collect it, you just go and keep it. It's not because you want to show it as proof, but because you just like the design, or you don't like something about it, or you just feel proud associating with you. If I ask some people right now, why do you use MTN line? Some people don't know. I just love that line. And that is until, as a brand, until you get to that emotional level that people don't even know, they can't explain why they love you. They just love you. At that point, you are oscillating. You are just, in fact, you have the audience active. Because at that point, in fact, anytime they are purchasing any other brand that is not yours, they feel guilty that they are betraying you. And that happens to us as individuals too. Yes, you buy one product and you feel, why am I not buying this one today? Have I not betrayed them? No, they are not after you, but just because the way they position and they worked on your mind, you just feel loyal to them. And it starts so those big things start in a small way by which you gradually positioning yourself and being consistent about it. And over time, people will identify you with it and take it forward. You know what you can imagine. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Next question is, I think, let me go to the chat section just to make sure that we don't have any questions pending there. Okay, no, we don't. Okay, next question is, how do I build a blockchain brand in Nigeria, knowing yet it's not fully recognized and accepted yet widely on? So basically, how do they build a blockchain brand in Nigeria, knowing that it's not yet fully accepted on the continent as a whole?
Yeah, we never accept anything here. Nigeria will never accept, but you can be sure when they eventually accept it, we'll take it even better than those. We know how R&B is not our making, but our R&B now, when you talk of music, dictate the pace in the world. Burna Boy, Whiskey. So for me, Telkom, even MTN as a client, we used to be one of our clients then. When the first started mobile phone, the kind of way Nigeria now embrace it, even they say that they've never made anywhere. So for me, I even like it when you come up with something new and fresh that has never been tried before. All you need to do is to be sure that you carry out your research to identify that none, it will build a vacuum by doing what I said earlier, catering for the needs, and there's value on the table. Yes, it might take Nigerians to warm up to it because we don't take things easily. Naturally, change doesn't come cheap, doesn't come easy. But you can be sure once you have Nigerians over to your side, even you will be amazed with the level of success. With the population of almost 200 million people. We are not hitting ourselves. We are looking for services. We are looking for services. We are even looking to people who can fill the vacuum, who can provide needs, who can put value on the table. It's a huge economy. Is that number that most foreign direct investments see in this country and say, wow, this country is full of potential, and they cannot understand why we keep suffering in the midst of plenty. So for me, when an innovation, you need to be bold enough to carry your research, you do your homework properly. And for me, no one knows it all. What I want to that is that you might need to collaborate. And that's one area where we're missing it in this business, in business. We always want to feed the need because it's my business, I own it, always wanting to. At the end of the day, you sit on it, you hold it onto yourself, you're not able to expand it. Feel free to collaborate. Who can I partner that can take this to the top? Where are they headed? Like I said earlier, there are some people you lean on in life. The only place they take you is up. Who are those people that you can partner with that can take your dream and make it even faster than you? Yes, you hold the original idea, but how far it's going to travel might not really be solely dependent on you. So identify strategically who to partner with and see how you take it to the top. You have the population there waiting to be served. Be ready and be quick, because just the way you are still thinking about it, there are 1,001 other people with the next moment. So be quick, be fast, but please do it cautiously, do it carefully, make sure it's well researched, make sure it's well funded, make sure it's based on empirical facts and figures, to be sure that you are not just taking, you are taking what they call calculation. Hello?
Hi, sorry, we lost you for a second there, but I think we got the main gist. Thank you for answering that. The next question is, okay. Someone has shared their link. They said they are on a mission to change how the world works together. The platform connects businesses of all sizes with skilled service providers, offering digital services in several categories. What kind of model of branding can we adopt to make it work? We create a link between customers and service providers.
First is to one, you saying is yes, people will be asking questions because now you want to play in the big league. You are bringing businesses together. People will ask questions about your pedigree. Remember, I said something about yourself, being able to prove yourself, to be able to amend your story. First is what promise you deliver to the market. Second is now to define your business model to deliver it. Then is to have backups. If you have proof of having done something of such successful before, please bring it out. Let it be communicated. And for me, in this kind of era, you need, at that point, because you're playing big, you might need to involve not only digital, you probably need to involve some level of traditional media. Because these days, yes, we know with the flurry in the digital space, everybody is playing on it, but there's equally some level of function there. I mean, in terms of people holding information, they get therein with some level of suspect. I mean, because of the level of flaws and false news and false information being circulated via digital media. But I think that's one area where the traditional media can come in to actually help you in enhancing your profile. To say, look at some tribal organization. You know, I mentioned to you about the use of channels being well positioned. Not to say you can't have a kind of like personality feature where you do a kind of like live appearance on the channels, for instance, where you speak to, they interview you, the question. Because when people see you go into such credible platform, they believe that whatever you are bringing to the table must not only be genuine, must be authentic. And when you are equally able to substantiate with some facts, figure, and empirical examples that people can relate with, relatable examples for people, then it becomes very easy for you to attract those businesses to you to say, hey, how do I navigate this? Who should I be talking to? Or who should we bring together? And it becomes very easy, but well, you must be well positioned in people's mind for them to attract that level of pattern. And it goes down to what we said earlier about positioning, being able to identify with areas that you need to be, what you need to do, what you say is not as important as how you say it and where you say it, so that people can relate and be able to say, hey, if this guy can be on this platform, there's the most credible. It is credible. You see, one of the things, example I'll talk about that is, I recall when I was working on we are working on a Union Bank account, and they keep on mentioning, one of the key things that, we tell people that we have changed, we are no longer the old banks and all of that. And I was sitting with their head of corporate affairs, and I was telling her that, look, the moment you keep telling people that you have changed, then you have not changed. Because if truly you have changed, you shouldn't be the one telling me. I should be the one telling you. The customer should be the one telling you that you have really changed. So if you are still the one saying it, then you have not changed, because what you are saying, you are the only one saying yourself. They are not saying it out there, and until they see it, Everybody say, Yinka, we've done this, we've done that. Now bring it to the table. And one of the things we recommended for them then was to say, hey, yeah, you are a bank, known to be traditional bank. So if you continue running traditional adverts, who are the people you want to talk to when you talk of change? They said the youth. If you are talking about the youth, what are the passion points for the youth? You are talking of music, you are talking of news, you are talking of sports, then of course you are talking of maybe drama and comedy and the rest of them. But I said, look, how do we don't want to do music because we are more like a serious focus. I said, no a problem. But no matter how serious or focused you are, nobody do away with sports. And he said, look, how do we play with? So I said, let's be on EPL. Because one of the major attractions for youth these days is actually the English Premier League. And they threw the challenge at us to say, and we got them just a squeeze back position. So these days, when you watch EPL matches, you probably see squeeze back of Union Bank there. And the first commercial, the first time, that was 3 years ago, that advert appeared on EPL matches. It was even the MD of Union Bank, Yinka, that called to say, guys, how did it happen? Because why? He got called from his other MDs saying, wow, Union Bank, how did you get into this place? If this had been for the likes of GT Bank or the FCMB Bank, we know ourselves, we know those big boys who play in big league. But how did you get into EPL? And that changed the dynamics for them. At that point, people now discover, wow, these people are. So you need to know who to partner, where to be. That speaks volume. And that's about positioning. Because where people see you, where people see you, how people hear you speak, determine how they tend to form image about you. So immediately we did that for them. It was no brainer. People now begin to say, hey, they feel the need to identify, because you are moving with the trending things. You are moving. You can't tell people, you cannot be looking forward and run. You cannot be running forward and looking backward. You must be focused on where you are headed. So if you are talking about you have changed or you are ready to play in the technology world, you are ready to bring business together, you must be able to provide some empirical, relatable examples that people can see that you have a pedigree in that line and you understand what you're talking about. Very, very important. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Last question. I think that we can have one last question. I think, what's your advice for a small marketing and advertising startup within the context of Nigeria's environment? And what should be the level of preparedness?
Well, small marketing and advertising company in the current situation, well, they need to be ready for the task. It's not going to be easy because, of course, you know that most organizations are challenged right now. Even the clients you'll be going for are pretty much challenged right now. Established agencies are really struggling right now, and understandably so, because when your clients are challenged, the first casualty is usually the A&P, advertising and promotion. Unfortunately, I dare say as a professional, that shouldn't be the case, because it's when people are even pressured the more that you need to communicate the more. You see, yes, period of COVID has formed, and I'm a bit, for me as a marketing professional, I'm a bit surprised that the most companies are actually losing the opportunity to work their way into the minds of their consumers. It's so unfortunate. It's a huge opportunity. People are seated at home, they know what to do. And I keep on using the example of tolerant group. Yes, you find out that, like I said, the palliative, people keep buying them. The government gave them the opportunity to move around as food. They are not the only company moving around with food, but they came up with a commercial that encourages people, for your safety, please stay at home. That is empathizing with people. We are not asking you. I won't tell you before you come and buy Indomie, but let me even empathize with you. You see, this is an opportunity for people to build on people's emotion, to show them that they really care. You see, your message is the 1 naira you give me when I'm broke is more valuable and important to me than the 1 million naira you give me when I'm rich. I don't need it because I'm rich anyway. But when you give me 1 naira when I'm broke, I value it, I treasure it more. People need brand to stand with them right now. As I speak to you, we've seen brand, rather than cashing in on the moment, they're even showing them by empathizing with people by reducing their prices. You must have seen some commercial on here. IPO, they reduced their price by 50%. Because people need idea to clean up, to make sure that your environment, your home is hygiene and all of that. And for us, in sympathy with the consumer, they slashed their price by 50%. The demand as well was there. People are not, because people have the need to buy, people are buying, but even in the midst of that opportunity, slash, most of those consumers will never forget them, even when COVID is over. Those are little ways that which you can walk your way into the minds of your audience. So as the marketing or brand advertising come on board, it's just to be studied, to make sure that you look at the scenario, identify with people who can see the big picture. Because unfortunately, the big picture, yes, it's easy to see, but even those who are in the picture don't see themselves. That's why some clients will look at this period as a period to just go into their shell and be waiting until COVID is over. While they are waiting, some people are really cashing out. As I speak to you, while Indomie went on with the campaign saying stay at home, we've only gone ahead to say, look, in addition to staying at home, we provided you Indomie, you can order online, you can buy it anywhere, which is good. Now, having succeeded in feeding yourself, one of the key passion points of the Nigerian people is equally entertainment. We like, and when you are seated at home Monday to Friday, for most people, even when you work Monday to Friday, Friday is always an opportunity to let loose. A Saturday is an opportunity for us to reach out. Entertainment. And look at the concept we came up with working with DSTV. We have what we call Owambe Saturday that succeeded in bringing entertainment to people at home. The word of mouth, the reaction, the response has been amazing. And those are some of the little ways that we should walk into people's mind that are building on their emotions. So as for you as an advertising agency, you must be willing and ready to put on your thinking cap, to think out of the box, to be able to convince the prospective client that you are aiming for to be ready to think out, because your ability to travel in this COVID period is to see people who are able to see the big picture, just the way you are saying it, to say, hey, there's an opportunity in here, and identify the client that are ready and willing to run with you. There are not many of them around, I dare say, but if you are smart enough to identify them, please partner with them and see how you travel. And the more they see the results, the better they become for it. So,
awesome. Thank you so much. I think we have officially come to the end of today's webinar. Thank you everyone for joining us. We're really sorry about the technical difficulties. Thank you, Yinka, so much for today's presentation. We will be sharing this via email. We'll work on maybe getting this by Wednesday at the latest. But if you have any questions, please email us. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Right, okay. If you have any questions, please email hi@flutterwavego.com. Yinka, do you want to share how people can reach you or?
I think my number is pretty much available. Yinka Adebayo is the name. I'm on Instagram, YK262 on Instagram. And I'm also on LinkedIn, Yinka Adebayo. Then I work with Media Rich MD, and my phone number too is 080-385-22822. I repeat, 080-385-22822. That's my mobile line. So I'm available.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for having me.
Have a wonderful week, everybody. Thank you.